So check this out. My next question, Cleveland, is how the Dolphins going to screw up this draft. We got the number 6 pick.
Well.
We got the number
Hopefully,
6.
it's not by drafting Chase or Sewell. I hope they don't screw it up like that.
Oh my goodness!
I hope they do the right thing and go with Smith that played all the games and won a Heisman. I hope they go that route. Because who wants somebody that's going to sit out where there's a pandemic going around the planet?
Check it. So check it. Oh man, this is tough. I hate to even speak it in the air, but I got to be honest with you. We want Jamar Chase. Actually, I'm hoping. Let's kind of give our mock draft to at least as number 6. We know Lawrence is going to Jacksonville. Wilson, we understand, is going to the Jets, which I think is a great pick for the Jets. I think it's a great pick. You get this project who, by the time he's ready to be any good, he's going to be so beat down by the Jets that he's not going to be any good. I love it. Number 3, I think the Niners are going to draft the quarterback out of Alabama. We know he's not exciting. We know he doesn't have the second gear, the mobility to get out of trouble. He's a pocket passer. And I told you before, he's on the realm. I'm not saying he's Kirk Cousins, but he's in that Kirk Cousins mode. Game manager, makes the throws, and he's just a steady Eddie game manager. That's what he is. And that's going to help them out. They run the ball a lot anyway. They run the ball, play good defense, couple passes here and there that you're going to ask them to make, and apparently you can make the throws. So Mac Brown, that's who I think they're going with. Number 4, I hope the Atlanta Falcons take Pitts. I'm really hoping that they take Pitts. Don't dick around, and Matt Ryan has a couple more years left. Even though they want to trade him, have you guys picked up the phone to call Julio Jones? Have you guys made that call yet?
No, we're okay. We're okay at wide receiver. Thanks for asking.
You okay at wide receiver?
Committed to the running game, and don't need the Ferrari.
That's why Russell wants out of there. That's why Russell wants out of there. What could you imagine? Now you got 2 big, tall receivers and the little scat receiver and Rocket Lockett. Can you imagine that offense would let Russell cook? Oh no, you can't, because you don't want to use Russell. No, you can't. You don't want to, because you don't want Russell to do his thing.
I'm sorry, Julio Jones not on the radar. It doesn't. You don't
want Russell to do his thing. That's the problem. That's why Russell wants to get out of town, because you guys don't want to let Russell cook.
As you heard Pete Carroll say earlier, Russell Wilson is just fine here in Seattle. Thanks so much for asking.
But Julio would. That's kind of surprising that Julio they even talk about moving him. But they got Julio, they got Ridley, and then you put the guy in the middle. I mean, that offense is wide open again. So I hope they really take him, because then at number 5, I think you talked about one of those 2 guys going in the top 5. I think Sewell. I would like the Bengals to take Sewell. I hope the Bengals don't decide to reunite Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow. I hope they don't do that. I hope they take Sewell as a lineman. If for me personally, in the Bengals situation, I get Jamar Chase. However, I hope they go Sewell so the Dolphins can get Jamar Chase. I'd rather they get him than Pitts. I don't want that. Pitts is good.
You guys need a Waddle or a Devontae Smith, somebody that's committed to football, that's going to play all year round, no matter what's going on. I mean, you don't want to have to question their mindset or their heart or their dedication to the game. So I don't really understand why you would want Chase on your team.
Because
given all of the
he's the best receiver. He's the best receiver in the draft. Like I said, I just want to answer. I want those questions answered. I want those questions.
You cannot do it two ways, Cam.
No, I didn't. Did I say I didn't want him?
That's what I said. That's what I said. That's why he sat out. And now you're saying that's why I want him.
Listen.
But you just said that for 20 minutes why you don't want this dude.
I didn't say I didn't want him. I said I want.
We gotta sit down with you.
We need to have this discussion.
You know what your commitment to the game is, son. Do you really want to play this game every day?
That's exactly it. Now you know what I'm talking about.
Get out, dude. You're
I
not
need
getting them.
I
You
need to have
just
the
jinxed them. You're not getting them. You're
okay,
getting
fine.
Devontae Smith. You're getting the Heisman Trophy winner.
Listen to the
You're getting the Alabama Crimson Tide national championship just because you jinxed them like that.
That's okay because Smith he gets open.
Well then be
That's
okay with
okay.
that. Then.
That's okay. But
You're not getting Chase.
Chase would be probably better.
You're not getting Chase. You're not getting Sewell.
I don't want
poison pilled it on this show.
I don't want Sewell. We drafted 5 linemen last season. I don't want Sewell.
Poison pilled it on this show. You won't get one of the 2 all pros of next year.
Call your guy Steven and make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, call your guy Steven. Make sure that doesn't happen. That's all I gotta say. So what I've heard, and I just don't know, and I kind of respect the guy I heard it from, but it just made me sick to my stomach that if the Bengals did take Jamar Chase, Sewell would be available to them, and they would actually consider taking Penei Sewell at the number 6 pick, or trade that pick and move back, and then get to 8 or 9 because if he does take Sewell, that means that Jones is still out there available, right? So if they trade him back to 8 or 9, then they can still get Penei Sewell or Smith, the receiver out of Alabama. I don't want Sewell. I don't want him trading no more. We need to get the receiver at number 6, and we need the running back at number 18. Somebody also said in another mock draft that I saw that they're looking at a defensive end, an edge rusher at number 18. This is making me sick to my stomach. Who's watching these games? Who's looking at the roster? When do you put a running back in this lineup? When do you do this? You let a running back slip right through your fingers when you went and drafted your 3rd pick of number 1 last season. You let a cornerback nobody's heard of. You drafted him at the number 29 pick when the DeAndre Swift, I think, who went to Detroit, was right there waiting for you. I think he had on some orange and green shorts on, ready to board the plane, and you guys didn't. You drafted a cornerback who played 4 games, I think it was last year. I just want to know if they don't. That's how they can mess this up by drafting Sewell and then getting a defensive player at 18. Or moving around, doing some machination at that, and not coming out of this first tomorrow evening with their running back and the receiver. That's how they mess this draft up. What say you, Cleveland?
No, after listening to you, Cam, they messed this draft up by drafting Chase or Sewell if they're available.
Yeah, I don't want Sewell. I don't want Sewell.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see.
A lot of people didn't want Anthony Munoz either.
I'm not sure about that. He did drive, but Anthony Munoz.
A lot of people didn't want Walter Jones either. I mean, a lot of people didn't want Jonathan Ogden either. I mean, it just depends,